Representation matters, but all representation isn't created equal. When it comes to teaching and learning, educators need to understand what authentic representation is and why it matters for all students. Authentic representation creates opportunities for learners to perceive themselves and the perspectives of others in the curriculum, instructional materials, and the media used in the learning environment. And these portrayals, to the greatest extent possible, should be authentic and complex rather than stereotypical and harmful. Here are some common pitfalls that might cause educators and curriculum designers to stumble when it comes to ensuring authentic representation. The first is including diverse perspectives and identities, but ignoring characterization. Paying attention to how people, cultures, and identities are portrayed is critical. Do the portrayals reinforce stereotypes? Are some identities portrayed as inferior and others as superior? Next is portraying cultures and identities as a monolith. Monolith portrayals suggest that all people who may identify in a particular way think or act the same. A single story should never represent an entire culture, race, or gender. Another pitfall is relegating diverse representation to 1 unit, 1 month, or a supplemental reading assignment, or a call-out box. Relegating non-dominant perspectives communicates messages of inferiority and subordination. Also, a mistake is thinking that diverse representation is just for humanities courses and forgetting about STEM content areas. Diverse representation is equally important in science, math, and technology curricula. If you want to know how, stick with us to learn more. Lastly, another challenge our team has observed is misunderstanding intersectionality and how our multiple identity markers work together to create authentic representation. It is so important for educators to understand how to incorporate authentic representation into everyday lessons. Because when learners can identify with perspectives and cultures portrayed in their learning experiences, it fosters a sense of validation, affirmation, and belonging. It is also imperative for students to experience the perspectives, identities, cultures, histories, and worldviews of others who may identify differently. Without exposure to other perspectives, students gain the false understanding that their lived experiences are universal for everyone, or that others' perspectives are less valid or valued. At Lessoncast, we offer workshops and self-paced courses to guide educators in bringing authentic representation to their learning spaces. Authentic representation isn't divisive, but inclusive. It cultivates empathy and promotes understanding. When we authentically share our differences, we also find our shared humanity.